Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this edition of Yorkville Sports. You're in the nest, the Eagles Nest, and I'm your host, Joe Patrick. Well, when we return, we're going to sum up the last 2 weeks, or maybe it is the last week of the travel baseball year. We've had a great year. We have an undefeated team that's going into this coming Saturday, Sunday, whenever they play. I believe that it's on, I think it's Saturday. That's that 8U team. Nobody can stop these guys. I don't know. They're the biggest juggernaut on the face of the earth, the biggest planet, or whatever the case may be. I don't know what it is. But anyway, when we return, we're going to give you the scores from the week before. We had a lot of rainouts and so on and so forth. Then we're going to set up the schedule for this coming week. Hopefully, Mother Nature will be kind to us. So when we return, we're going to give you all the scores from the prior week and set up the playoff season or championship season. Eagles season. That's what it is. You know what we do with these talents, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and I just wanted to let you know that we may have a special guest that's going to pop in and see us a little later on. Daquan Hawkins, the director of the travel basketball team. He also directs the tackle football team. He's the director of the rec league. He also directs the strength and conditioning. I don't know. There's not too much that this guy doesn't do. So hopefully we'll get him in here before our time is up. So we want to talk about the travel scores from June 5th. June 5th, that was a nasty week. I just have to tell you, I was out June 5th, and the weather has not been very good for baseball or any outdoor sport unless you're playing rowboats or something like that. If you're playing rowboats, then you had good weather. It's really been brutal for us this year. And, but that's the nature of spring ball. I mean, April showers, May flowers, but for some reason we're a month behind. It was cold in April, and it seemed like May did some strange things, and it just bumped into June or something like that. Like today, it's only like 55 degrees outside. It's really cold. But anyway, let's talk about that 8U team really quick. I don't want to spend too much time on them because, we talk about them a lot. But this is a team last year in the fall that saw nothing but defeat. These guys were getting smacked around. They were just laid out like they were just dead presidents sitting out there. Dead presidents, is that money? I don't know. That was a movie. I don't know if anybody saw that. But they were just laid out like, I don't know. It was like somebody was burying these kids. And a few maybe one or two players left. The nucleus of the team stayed. They got a new coach. And sometimes, they say it's not the players. Sometimes you got to change the coach. And that's what we've done. And they went from maybe a 2-win, 10-loss season to a 10-0 season. These guys have not dropped a game all year. I don't know what to contribute this to. Maybe it's Mack Truck. Hey, Mack Truck, that's Big Rob. I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with Rob, but these guys have been playing so phenomenal. And I just want to say for all of Yorkville, Kylie Jones, Arlene Verger, our executive director, and every single one of the parents that are involved in that 8U team, and for all of us, boys, you have done your thing. And even if this weekend turns around and you don't win the chip, and I know you're going to win the chip. I know you're going to win it. I know, because we do as Eagles. But if you don't win it, you have nothing to hang. You can't hold your heads down because you boys have done some things that I don't think any team in this, since I've been here with Yorkville, no Eagle team has gone through a season undefeated. All right, not even Clark Wright's team, and he has a great team. They haven't gone undefeated, so hats off to the boys. But on that week of June 5th, they played out on Randall's Island. They played the Blue Storm. They got rained out, so the boys didn't play. So they're going to make it up now. They have to win one game in this. One playoff game puts them in the championship. So, they just have to win one. All right. And the 9U South, they played out on Randall's Island Field 39. They were home against the Spartans Blue team. They won 11-8 in that game. The next game got rained out. And then the next day on Saturday, so I guess this was all Saturday. The late Saturday game, they played the YBNR, and they lost 9-2. So they won their first game 11-8, and they lost 9-2. That was the 9U South. The 9U, New Canaan Pride, they got rained out, so they didn't play in that game. The 10U South team. The 10U South team played at Veterans Memorial Field, and they played the Diamond Buddies. They were playing the Diamond Buddies. They got rained out. So that's how that whole thing had worked out. We'll be right back. Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you. Oh.
Sorry, Joe.
Yeah, all right. All right.
Bye, guys.
All right, guys. Hopefully you'll play this weekend. With that no rain. All right, there you go. All right. So that 10U team, that 10U South team, they played at Veterans Memorial Field. They were away. They played the Diamond Buddies. They played the Diamond Buddies, or they were to play the Diamond Buddies, and they got rained out. The 10U North team, they played at 930 Randall's Island 36. They were playing the NYC Stars. The NYC Stars, they won that first game 14-3. They got rained out in the second game. And on Saturday, I have these Saturday scores. They played the NR Knights. I don't know what NR, I don't know what that acronym means, but they played the NR Knights. They lost 9-2. So let's move right along. We had the 11U South. The 11U South team, that's the Clark Wright's team. He's in the gym with the boys right now. They played on Randall's Island 35. They were home, and they played the Game of Fury. Game of Fury. They won that game 10-6, and they got rained out in the second game. So, like I said last week on the 5th, that was a bad week for baseball. The 11U North, they played the NR Knights. They played the NR Knights. I'm sorry, I got that a little wrong. The 11U South only played the Game of Fury. Remember, they won 10-6 and lost the second game. They were rained out in the second game. The 11U North played the NR Knights, and they were rained out, so they didn't play at all. The 12U team, they played out on Randall's Island, Field 24. They were playing against the New York Bluebirds, and they dropped their game. We're not even going to tell you about the scores because scores aren't important. They didn't play well, but, they got rained out in the second game. All they got to do is just turn it around. In the this last week on Sunday, just turn around, spank somebody around. You know what we Eagles do. And then we had the 13U team. They played the Game of Fury, and they won their first game 14-3. Now, that's coming back. This 13U team they really have some big hitters on that team, and I have to say that I was with them at the banquet, and these is a good group of boys, good boys. And anyway, they were rained out in their second game, so they didn't get a chance to play. Our 14U team played on Randall's Island Field 31. They played the New York Sluggers. They won that first game 11-3, and they were rained out in the second game. And last but not least, our 15U team, they played the Knights. And they were rained out also, so they didn't get a chance to play. So there you have it. And like I said, our boys, they went out there to do their thing, and some of them got the thing done, and others, Mother Nature took care of that. I guess the Mother Nature didn't want to see the other team get spanked around, so they washed them out. Maybe the other team was washed up or something like that. But anyway, when we return, we're going to give you the setup for the second or the last week of the season. We're going to tell you who the boys are playing and where they're playing and so on. Daquan Hawkins, he's around. He's going to come in and he's going to talk to us about the health of our other programs, our tackle football program, our travel basketball program, our rec league. We even have a summer tournament coming up. I don't know if he knows much about that, but he's going to give us his insight on that too. So that's going to be in the second half of this. I know this is long, but we strong. That's why we do this whole thing. All right, so we'll be right back, Eagles, or Yorkville Eagles, something like that. I guess we do that thing when we return.
Why choose why? Yorkville is the largest contributor to youth sports in Manhattan, servicing over 4,000 kids annually from pre-K through grade 12. With parent participation and professional coaching, Yorkville is the place where families grow. Sign up for spring today by going to yyaa.org, click on your program of your choice, and sign your kids up. Or you can call us at 212-360-0022. So why choose why? You know why. Yorkville. We are sports.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. So right now we're going to give you the setup for this coming Saturday, Sunday, the 20th, or I think it's the 12th of June, and this is the playoff picture, or the final week picture. Our 8U team, this is our undefeated 8U team, will be playing on Randall's Island Field 39. They're playing home. They will play the winners of the 9 a.m. game. Now remember, because they are 8-0, they get a bye. All the boys have to do is win one game and win the game of the game against the winners from 9 o'clock, and then they go into the championship. So good luck, boys. Remember, it's not where you start, it's where you finish. Finish him off. Stick those talents inside of him and squeeze and shake him around. And you know what they do with those Eagles. That's what you do. I want you guys to win. Think about Eagles flying over everybody and just knock these guys out. Bring that championship on home. 9U South plays that Navajo Field. They're playing Harrison. If they win, they will play again at 3 p.m. on the same field. If they win then, they will be in the championship, I would imagine. They will play at 5 o'clock on the same field. The 9U North team, they are on Randall's Island, but they're away, so they'll be playing on the Spartans Gray Field. They're playing on Field 19. If they win in the morning at 11 o'clock, they start at 11 o'clock. If they win, they'll play at 1 o'clock. And then they'll be going in for the championship on the same field. So good luck to the 9U North. The 10U South team, they'll be on Randall's Island. They'll be away at the Spartans Field. They're playing against the Spartans. They start at 9 a.m. in the morning. If they win, if that team wins, they will play at 11 o'clock. And if they win there, then they will be in the championship that will start at 9 o'clock. So remember, that's the 10U South. 10U South will playing against the Spartans. The 10U North team, they will be on Randall's Island. They are playing on Field 13. They will be away. They are playing the NYC Stars. That game begins at 9 o'clock again on Field 13. If they win, they will play at 11 o'clock. If they win that game, they will play on the same field at 1 a.m. I'm not quite sure if that is a championship game, if there are any championship implications, but that's what the boys will be doing. The 11U team, they will be playing home. The 11U South team, they will start on Saturday at 3:30 p.m. 3:30 p.m. on Field 36. They're home. They will be playing against the Clarkstown. I don't know what that is, Clarkstown, whatever. I don't even know what Clarkstown is, but that's okay. If they win, they will then play on Sunday, 9 a.m. in the morning on Randall's Island Field 35, and they will be home against the team to be announced. All right, so that is the 11U South team. The 11U North team, they are on Randall's Island. They start at 9 a.m. They're 9 a.m. They will be home against the Spartans. They will play against the Spartans. The 12U team, they play at 10 a.m. Randall's Island, Field 24. Field 24, they are home. They will be playing against the Nighthawks. The 13U team, they will be playing away. They're going to be playing against the Bronx Realtors. The Bronx Realtors, Realtors, all right? And if they win, that's at 11 a.m. If they win, they will play at 3 p.m. that day. If they win then, they will be in the championship at 5 o'clock, same field, all right? Then our 14U team, I don't have anything for 15U, but our 14U team will be playing at 9 a.m. Randall's Island Field 31. They will be home against the Titans Baseball Club. The Titans Baseball Club, if they win, they will play at 11 o'clock in the championship. All right, so there you have it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams going out for championships this week. 6 teams going out for championship this weekend. All right, so I think we have 11 teams. 6 of them are going for championships. So that's what a successful program is all about. And that is the Yorkville Eagles. And again, all I have to say is go boys, go Eagles, because you know what we do as Eagles? As Eagles, we fly higher than anybody else. And we come down on whole programs with our talents. And we grab teams by our talents. And we stick those talents in them, dig them deep, and we shake them around and we shake things up to bring about the best possible programs here in New York City, and that is the Yorkville Eagles Travel Program. And I have to say, I am proud of all of our boys. I know you parents are proud of them. You know, we're just ecstatic about the way our travel program has progressed. I want to thank Kylie Jones, who doesn't always get the he doesn't look for it either, but he doesn't get the credit that he's due. I mean, it's not easy directing a program such as this. It's a dynamic program, and he's done a wonderful job since he came on board, taken over. It's not easy, and I have to tell you, getting all the schedules right, the uniforms, dealing with parent concerns, and scheduling, the working with the league to get these teams scheduled and playing, and the field equipment. There's just a lot to it, and just the registration part, just making sure that things go right with along with the tryouts and everything, coordinating coaches, getting coaches, volunteers. You know, it's a lot to do, and you know, we don't always we don't look for accolades or credit, because we do it. The reasons why we do these things, it goes beyond just getting credit for things. But I just want to give him my hats off to him and Kylie. You've done a wonderful job. And having 6 teams going out for championships, you know, that's a direct reflection on you as well as the teams and the coaches. All of the coaches have done a wonderful, spectacular jobs, taking the teams, the boys, with the talent that they have, getting them prepared, making them better every week. You know, it just shows. And I just want to say on a personal note that I do see these guys a lot, and they're just wonderful kids, and they come from good stock. And we're hoping that you know, you guys, you know, realize that we appreciate you, and we hope that you appreciate the job that we're doing here, trying to bring about this the best program that we have anywhere here in the city. So with that said, I've got to go. I mean, my boy Clark Wright, you know, we haven't seen Clark all year, but I will tell you, I promise you, the last week of the season, after this weekend, we're getting Clark in here, and he's going to sum up his season, win, lose, or draw. Clark is going to come in here, and he's going to talk about things. I mean, we saw Diesel. Clark brought Ron here, the Mack truck. Rob. Did I say Ron? I mean, it's Rob. Clark brought Rob here, and he's had nothing but success. Clark has had nothing but success too since he's been here. You know, so it's a tradition. And Rob was here, Mack truck. So we have to get the Diesel on. Maybe we'll even get Big Sexy in here. That's Nick. Hey, Nick. Hey, Sexy. You know. So anyway, I'm going long-winded right now. Yorkville, for Arlene Verga, I'm Joe Patrick. We'll see you next week with the closeout of the travel season. See ya.